Welcome back to Northwest Cooks. I'm Nick Miles, and thanks to Cisco for bringing us another great chef from our region. Ryan is at the Widmer Gasthaus. You have to, be able to speak German to get it right. But regardless of how you say it, the food and beer, delightful. We have already made your Swiss fondue.
Yep.
And we're going to go on to your Spatzle or Spatzle. How do you say it?
I say Spatzle, but I think it's supposed to say Spatzle.
Spatzle and Goulash. So what are our ingredients, first of all? You've got some meat over here and some flour.
Yep, I got some flour over here for our Spatzle, the meat and the onion is for the goulash.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and for the Spatzle, we're going to go ahead and get some water boiling to cook it. And we're going to start on the batter for the Spatzle.
Now, the Spatzle batter, what are the ingredients you have here?
So for the Spatzle batter, we got eggs, we have milk, some nutmeg, salt and pepper, and then we'll finish it up by slowly adding the flour.
Okay. All right, let's go. So what are we going to do first?
So we're going to take this and we're going to get the eggs in here and beat them up real good.
Now, the quantities for this particular recipe are all available at our website at northwestcookstv.com. Okay.
So then we're going to go ahead and grab the cup of milk.
Milk? You want that in there,
yep,
the whole
throw
thing?
It right in there, yep. Just keep mixing it in, and then if you could open that beer and pour me a cup of beer.
Single cup of beer along with the milk and the eggs.
Yep, and just get it mixed in well. We'll go ahead and do a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper for taste.
Pinch of salt. Pinch of white pepper.
And then we'll go ahead and add the tablespoon or teaspoon of nutmeg as well.
All right, which is this one here, right?
Yep.
Yep.
This is what brings the great kind of sweet flavor out in the Spatzle. And I believe it's 2 pounds of flour. And then slowly add this in here just to make the batter. So you
Make
just
sure you
want
don't get lumps. Is that
right?
the whole plan?
Exactly. So you kind of want to just slowly get it in here, get a little bit in there, and work it out. Now, as the batter gets thicker, it'll be a lot easier to work those lumps out a little bit better. All right. So once you have the lumps out and kind of get it all ready to go, you're just going to want to set it aside so that the flour incorporates and releases all that starch in there.
All right, so what do we need to do for your goulash?
So first we're going to have to cut up the meat. Now you can use any meat because this is a stewed dish.
Okay.
So it's all about just cooking it down and getting it tender.
So once we've cut up our meat into bite-sized cubes, again, this is making sort of 4 to 6 people's worth of meat, right?
Exactly.
All right, so we finished cutting the meat there, Ryan. We're going to throw it in this big pot you've got here.
Yep, I just threw a little oil in there. We're going to get that oil a little hot. We're going to go ahead and throw the meat in first and get that stuff brown, get a little color on there. So when you're dicing the onions, you just want them the same size, bite-sized pieces as the meat. And really, we just want to sweat these onions, get them all translucent. We don't want to caramelize them or anything like that. So we just get it in, start stirring. Just let that sit and cook for a little while.
So now we've cooked this down, Ryan, so all the meat is actually brown.
So we're going to go ahead and bring a little bit of garlic in here.
So the garlic.
Throw about a tablespoon of garlic in there.
That's for you.
Yep. We'll just go ahead and throw that in there. And then the next is we'll go ahead and grab the caraway seeds.
Caraway seeds.
Yep. Get that in there. There you go. And then we'll go and if you hand me that beef bouillon right there. Beef bouillon. Yep. And that'll give a nice little beef taste to it. Then you go ahead and let that garlic warm up, release the flavor, let that beef bouillabaisse go ahead and break down. So these are just tomato strips in its own juice.
Okay.
Just kind of like stewed tomatoes and strips. So there you go.
Nice. Now that's really what gives the goulash its color.
That and then we go ahead and once that's warmed up, we go ahead and throw in the Hungarian paprika right there, and that's what gives it its color.
There you go. That's what makes a.
Yep.
That's what makes a goulash a goulash.
That's right. We'll go ahead and throw
wow, that's plenty of paprika there.
Oh yeah.
They don't mess around at Widmer, you know.
No sir. So we'll go ahead and let that stew while we come over here, and once your water is boiling for the Spatzle, I have a metal colander, and what we're going to do is take the batter that we made about half an hour ago and run it through the colander to make nice little small pieces.
All right. Now this is the perfect opportunity for me to show you something else. So welcome to our Kitchen Gadgets segment. I'm here with Jessica again in our Bradley Design and Education Center. Jessica, thanks for showing us around the kitchen. This is not just a stainless steel drawer. There's magicness that goes on inside.
Yes, this is one of my favorite gadgets here at the Bradley Kitchen. It's a warming drawer, and it's Wolf's warming drawer, which makes it even more special because it's got some of the, all of the controls are actually really easy and accessible right here. And why do you need a warming drawer?
Yeah, why do I need a warming drawer? I know this is your favorite part of the kitchen.
It is my favorite part of the kitchen because you can pretend that you're a chef or a caterer at your own home when entertaining. It gives you that kind of ease of being able to cook throughout the day and just keep it here ready to serve. So it makes you kind of look magic in the kitchen.
Now this does everything from around 200 degrees up to 400?
No, we keep it as a warming drawer, so right where you want to keep your foods warm without continuing to cook them too much, so 120 degrees up to 200 degrees.
Perfect.
But the nice thing about this is it's also, if you don't have room for an extra oven or a second oven, this is the great little addition.
Yeah, and that's the perfect thing to do. So if you entertain a lot, you can find out more about this warming drawer and all the other fabulous extras you could have in your kitchen, or just the basics at bradleylee.net or at our website at northwestcookstv.com. All right, so we have our water boiling and you have your colander ready to go. So we're going to make Spatzle or Spatzle.
Exactly.
Spatzle.
So you get a colander with the holes in it, and then just kind of pour some in there.
This is what we made earlier on.
Yep. Let it sit for half an hour. Pour some in there, and then just work it through the holes down there. So it goes in there, and it's going to hit the water and just start cooking right away.
Wow.
You can see it already like pushing through the colander a little bit and coming up.
Right.
All right, once you get a nice good batch in there, go ahead, put that back up there, and then stir a little bit. You can see it already coming to a float in there.
Yeah. And that means it's cooked?
That means it's cooking. It takes about, we like to leave it on for about 10 to 12 minutes, just so it starts cooking inside too, because you don't want to get that Spatzle with kind of a doughy center to it. Okay, so once the Spatzle is all floating and pretty firm, about 10 to 12 minutes, you'll go ahead and strain it all. Throw it on a different container.
Here are the Spatzle, and you've got your saute pan ready to go.
Right.
Oil and butter?
Oil and butter, yep. Give it some color and flavor. So you want to go ahead and get that hot, and then go ahead and throw your Spatzle right in there. Hear the goodness cook. So we're going to go ahead and saute this, and we're going to give it a little color, give it a little crunch in there, and then go ahead and salt and pepper it. You know, some people use throw a little bit of cheese in there, but we're just going to salt and pepper it and then combo it with the goulash.
All right.
So we're going to do a pinch of salt, pinch of black pepper. Let that saute in there. Oh, perfect. Beautiful.
It's good enough to eat, my
Yep.
friend.
So then, right from the saute pan, we're going to go right on the plate. Nice big healthy portion. And then get some nice big chunks of meat. And you really want to get the goulash on top of the Spatzle as best as you can so that Spatzle really sucks up the juice of the goulash.
And we have another dish to come on Northwest Cooks.
Yep, key lime pies for dessert.
Key lime pie for dessert. How are we going to get it all fitted in? These recipes and more, you'll find them at northwestcookstv.com. You'll find us back in a moment.